Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We have a filigree forest collection to go through today. Say hi to Uncle Doug down there at the bottom, too. He's hanging out. He's going to be doing our trivias and our Big Loot giveaway at the end. So let's pan over to that for a Big Loot giveaway, because I love to show you guys first thing what that's going to look like, because it's huge, big, and beautiful. And then we also have some earring kits. Very simple earring kits, so you just have to open the ear wire and put this charm on, but we're going to be giving those away for our trivias, and I am so excited for that. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Patricia. Oh, I love that she put her name in parentheses. It makes it a lot easier for me to remember who you guys are if you do that. So thank you, Patricia. And thank you, Peggy. My birthday's on Friday. I'm very excited to be even closer to 30. Not really, but what can you do, right? Time just keeps moving forward. What's that?
Rewind it.
I know, I just need to rewind the clock. I want to go back to life where I was living with my mom, getting breakfast, lunch, and dinner made for me, all that good stuff. But nope, they're down in Virginia now, so. But whenever they do come up, you best believe my mom is cooking. Because
I'm about the breakfast burrito.
Hi, Leslie. Hi, Janet. Thank you, thank you. Yes, you are on time. We're just getting started. So these will be the little earring kits here. I'll show our YouTube ladies and then our Facebook ladies. These cute little circular discs with the ear wires are adorable. All right. Well, I think we should get started unless Uncle Doug has anything for you guys. Nope. Okie dokie. Let's get into some jewelry making. Oh, Kathy. I am happy. I realize that I'm not the oldest person in the room, but that 30 number does scare you a little bit. That's for sure. Hi, Connie and Candy. Hello, hello. Hi, Cookie. Okay. This stuff, absolutely insane. And because we are going into that fall market time where you guys are going to be doing your like artisan markets and your fair markets and your like country fairs, so on and so forth, I think these dragonflies are going to be perfect for it. And I wanted to kind of do something that was like a dragonfly abyss. So I think every single piece that I have created today has some sort of dragonfly on it, which I was just all about because I love my insects, especially the dragonflies. But we're going to be doing a lot of painting. You guys can see there's a lot of color here. We will be doing some riveting and hammering with these earrings. We're going to be doing some wrapping of these vines around the creative hoop, which is super fun. We're going to wrap and encase this Swarovski flatback inside this big filigree pendant. And then we're also going to wrap this really cool dragonfly reed pendant in another filigree. This one's super limited. I can only sell 7 kits currently because this piece I am limited on. This really big, beautiful filigree piece. So if you don't want to miss out on this necklace kit, it is a full kit. Go grab that now because I think last time I checked there was maybe 3 left. So go take advantage of that before we even get to the demo portion because I don't want you to miss out. And those who are first on my lives get that first little, hey, I'm going to kick you in the booty, but go get it before it's gone because you're going to be sad when it's gone. So that one's a full kit, and then we're going to be doing some hole punching and painting with this beautiful dragonfly bracelet as well. You won't believe how comfortable this is. It is so comfy, so pretty. And you guys know, I just love the simplicity of it. Okay, so I think that's about all for the techniques. We're going to be doing some sanding too. But it's kind of just a big, we're hitting all of our techniques, all of our main beginner techniques for today, and then we're going to get into those more advanced techniques with those wrapping. So I'm very excited. Hi, Elizabeth. So the filigree hoop here, I was inspired by the other hoops that we have. Oh, darn. I don't know if I have any out here. But the solid brass ones that we have pre-wrapped for you that were super cool. And I was like, why not? Let's try that with this really cool wandering vine. So excited, excited, excited. Hi, Dominique. Good to see you. And Janet. Good. You guys are so funny about me getting older. Let's just say I'm not getting older. We'll just leave it at that. Corian's gonna be 26 forever. My birthday is not Friday. We're just gonna keep it at 26. Okay, let's dive in. Let's dive in, and what do I want to dive into first? Maybe this bracelet. This bracelet's probably our most simple piece, but it will take a little bit longer because of the painting. So maybe we'll start with this sucker first. By the way, so this is a necklace kit, right? So I have this as a necklace kit, and then all 4 of these other pieces, the 2 necklaces, the earrings there, and then this dragonfly bracelet, there is an ultimate sampler bundle for these, which is going to come with all of your focals. The only thing that you're going to need to add would be your chain and findings. And then specifically this floral bead is going to vary in color. So please do note that, but you will want to get that sampler. It's such a great deal and it's so beautiful. And you know what? Let me actually lay that out for you guys here. I think it would probably be really good to see what the sampler looks like before we even dive into that, because it is incredible. So you're going to get one of these huge, let's put it in the middle of my palm for scale there, creative hoop, that's natural brass. You're going to get 2 of these India detail blanks. These are also natural brass. And this is for our Ultimate Forest Sampler, Filigree Forest Ultimate Sampler. You're going to get this beautiful wreath filigree. You're going to get one of these amazing dragonflies. I use this one a lot. It is so beautiful. So we have that. And then you're going to get this one, this dragonfly. This is the one that we used in the bracelet. Stunning. And guess what? I have bulk packs of a lot of these items. I don't have bulk packs of this blank, and I don't have bulk packs of these other dragonflies that I'm bringing out now. But generally everything else will have a bulk pack. So you'll get 2 of these dragonflies. You'll get one of these rosette filigrees. This is what we're going to be using to wrap into this wreath filigree here. One of these solid brass dragonflies. You're going to get 2 of those wandering vines because you're going to wrap one on either side of that creative hoop. So 2 of those. You're going to get a teensy little dragonfly. Adorable, adorable. You're going to get a not a dragonfly reed. That's in the kit. Never mind. And then I think our crystals too. So you're going to get this black Swarovski crystal. I love this one. It's so unique. Sorry about my fingerprints. And then we have this flatback crystal. Tons of facets, but that's what we're going to use in this wreath filigree there. You're going to get that flower bead, which varies in color. And then you're also going to get 2 of those flatbacks. Those really pretty, like greeny, like green-blue flatbacks. So you're going to get 2 of those. If I can get it to sit up right. That's a big sampler. But it's gorgeous and it's totally worth it. Especially if you're just like trying things out. Get the sampler. It just makes so much sense. I know, aren't the dragonflies amazing? Yes, so we are selling this hoop in bulk packs for today. It could potentially be, depending on how we sell this, because I don't think we can get any more of these creative hoops. I think our supplier has since shut down. But depending on how many we have left, we might be able to add it to wholesale and retail, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I think that's everything for that sampler bundle. It retails for $96. You're going to get it for $68. So that is a stinking deal. We love it. Hi, Jane. I did email you back. Finally, I just had a minute to sit down yesterday to email you back. Hi, Lori. I am hatless. I'm not older yet, but I am hatless. That's funny. I've been on and off with the hats on the lives because I know you guys like seeing me, so let's just keep the hats off for now. Maybe we'll bring them back. Hi, Cindy. Good to see you too. Okay, here we go. Let's get into our dragonfly bracelet. Now that we have shown that sampler, so we're going to pull all these gorgeous pieces off. And we're going to get into this. Beautiful. Look at this before and after. The paints, guys, the paints. Paints are insane and you need them. You have to have them. They just make everything so much better. Especially if you want to add just like a little bit of color difference here and there to spice it up for people. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, you're going to need some of our black antique paint, or one-step antique paint. You use a little bit of our bright green and some of our pale green. And I'm generally going to be using the same colors throughout. Even though their tones look differently, we use a little bit more in some than we do others. So the colors look slightly different, but we're using pretty much the same colors throughout. Filigree blue in our antique line. And then I do add a little bit of ochre in and out. It's not like super, super, super noticeable, but gives it just a little bit more detail. I know, who knew that bugs could be so beautiful? All right, I'm just shaking up my paints here. We need to do that so we get the best colors we can out of it. I'm just gonna bring my bench block out because I just like painting on these. Okay, so we're gonna start off with some of our bright green underneath first. And I'm using, all day today, I'm going to be using the small, like the little bristle brushes. So make sure you have those out. Okay, bright green. And I have some paint palette up here that I'm going to just drop some of these colors into. So start with our bright green, and we're just going to do a nice light coat on the wings here. I didn't even need to redip my brush, so that's nice. I am going to pick up a little color off that one and plop it down over. Add a little bit to the body as we go. Beautiful. Next, I'm going to come in with that Filigree blue. I'm not letting my paint dry in between. Just kind of going up on the top portion of this split wing. You'll see that it has like this little area there. You're just going to put a little bit in there. I am going to pick a tiny bit up too. I don't want to do too much because I still want to see my detail. So I'm just going to take a little bit of paper towel here and plop, plop, plop. Just a little bit. Do that on these bottom ones. A little plop, plop. A bit more there. More over there, maybe a little plop on top. That's looking good. I think this might need to be a little brighter. Okay, that's gorgeous. And I also need... Where did I put that? I have my moss somewhere. It's a little bit brighter. Not as bright as the bright green. I thought I had it there in my pile of paints, but I wonder if it rolled somewhere in my office. Weird. That one kind of just disappeared. It's probably somewhere though. We'll just do the stain version of grassland then, because we don't need something that's like not bright green. Moss. I can't remember. It might be 59. I can't remember what number that one is for some reason. Anyway, make sure you have your green opal out, or pale green, same thing as green opal. But you're going to want some of that too. Hi, Maria. How are you? Getting to some painting with our dragonfly while we're waiting for that other color. I'm going to come in with a little bit of that green opal on top of that verdigris blue. That's fine. Right. Thank you. And then we're going to do a little bit on this side up top. This is just going to bring out the brightness a little bit more. Oh, yes. And then you're going to use the moss antique color. Just going to pop a little bit out here. And that moss color is going to come below. Pick up a little bit of that. A little bit of that. Looking good. Right, pick that up. Okay, and then we're going to come in with a little bit of black, but we're going to follow those edges with the black. And when I mean a little bit, you guys know I mean little bit. I mean like, doink, little bit. You don't want too much because the black just really takes over. Just a tiny bit. And you can like kind of wipe some off to the side a little bit if that helps you control the amount that's going on your piece. Yes, you do, Dominique. These paints are crazy. I'm just going to follow that line very lightly. Not in a very particular way either. I'm okay if I go over the edges a little bit. And pick some of that up and kind of plot it around a little bit. Same on these edges. Plot it around a little bit. Okay. Over here. This is kind of just giving it that antique look, but kind of framing our other colors at the same time. Yeah, that's so pretty. Plop it down a little bit. All right, now that my wings are done, I can come into my paint palette And just pick up some of these other colors that I did use throughout and kind of blot them down a little bit. Add a little bit of bright green in there. Plop, 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 plop. Just a little bit of color variation. Plop, 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 plop. A little bit of that bright color. Plop, 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 plop. And we'll take a little bit of this black. Come in and deepen it up just a little bit on the center. Yes. Hi, Kathleen. Yes, you can be on YouTube for giveaways. So for my Facebook ladies, if you want to be entered into the giveaway, you must like or love react to the live, and then at the end we will spin. For our YouTube ladies, please like, share, and subscribe, and then put your first and last name in the comments. And then Uncle Doug will grab those names and we'll put those into the wheel at the end. So I'm coming in with the heat gun here. Hi, Lisa. Gorgeous. Okay, now we need to come in with the relief block. That way we can highlight all those beautiful parts in there. And then with our relief block. Oh, she's looking so good. Beautiful. Give you a side view with the light so you guys can see the colors there a little bit. And then we'll grab our hole punch. We're punching 4 holes. We're going to punch pretty dang close to the ends of each of these wings. So I'm going to get right nice and close, but not too far because I don't want my hole punch to break open. Hi, Elizabeth. Yeah, you can watch from whatever platform is best for you. So we stream to YouTube and Facebook, and then you can always watch the replays too if you can't join in for the whole live. Hi, Terry. Thank you. We're making one of our dragonfly bracelets right now, and I'm very excited about it because it's so pretty. And Instagram, yes. So we're everywhere. At least trying to be. Okay. Beautiful. Now we have our 4 punches, 2 on each side. And then we're going to make a wrapped loop with the tail there. So you guys can see that it comes over a couple times. And then that'll be where our bead spot is. So grab your piece and make sure you have round nose pliers and your chain nose pliers on hand. Both of these. Not TikTok at this time, but everything else I think we're streaming to. So I'm going to come in to about where I want my loop to be. Thinking about there. I want to have enough room for my coil. So I'm going to bend the tail up. Like that. And then I'm going to shift it to the side. I think I might pull it up a little bit more, seeing where my loop is going to lay. That's about right. And I can make it more straight once I'm done with my loop here. That's looking good. Just figuring out how I want to hold this here. So I can bend my tail around. It's easier when you can pinch your loop as you're wrapping this around. So I am going to grab another pair of chain nose. Oh, I'm glad you got your prize order. I'm so happy, Terry. I hope you guys are just absolutely loving your gifts. I'm going to bring it forward. Oh, and not make it slip out of my hands. That would be nice. It's looking good. I'm going to get this underneath this other wing here. We're just forming it so it creates a really pretty wrapped loop. This is when you gotta fumble around in your hands a little bit, but it is worth it. Because the outcome is so beautiful. I might just squeeze this wing up just a little bit. Hang right there. Let's see if I can pull this one up a little bit too. Help a little bit. Okay. And this needs to straighten out a little bit. Grab it with my round nose so I can get in there. That looks pretty good. I might just kink this though. Beautiful. There. Take your barrel pliers. You could roll the tail if you wanted to. I like doing the wrapped loop because it's less likely to uncurl. But you can for sure just do it a normal loop if you want. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, barrel pliers are where you're going to get your bracelet bend. There we go. So I'm gonna grab the ends of my wings here. I'm just gonna push down on my dragonfly a little bit, create a nice cute bend there. We're gonna do that on the other side. Then you'll lay it on your wrist to see how that's laying. That looks really beautiful. And then for this bottom bead here, color varies on the beads. You're going to take a head pin. And stick one of those in there. You can use an HP1 or an HP2 or an HP3. I think we are out of HP2s right now. So you can use the other ones if you want. I'm going to create a wrapped loop with this as well. It's Looking pretty good there. Wanted a little bit of a bigger loop, so that's what I'm doing. I'm going to take this tail end here. Actually, I'm going to make that loop a little bit smaller. I don't need it that big. That should be okay for size. Taking my chain nose, holding the loop so my loop doesn't move. And I'm taking that tail, wrapping it around. However many times you want. I'm going to do this one a little bit more than my other one. And then take your flush cutters and clip it. Tuck the tail if it's protruding a little bit, because those can get caught on things and we like them not to. Tail is tucked. I'm just going to straighten out my loop a little bit there. And then JR40 Copper Antique. So JR40-170. Oh, just kidding. This one's 20. JR20-170. I was getting ahead of myself and thinking I was working on the dragonfly reed necklace. But no, we're working on the dragonfly bracelet. Your jump ring to your loop. The chain I used is CH104, the natural brass finish. And then I took 4 more JR20s in that copper antique finish. Use those to connect to my CH104 and my dragonfly. I haven't connected my ends yet, but I would do probably 2 JR20s on each, or a JR20 on each chain end, into a JR40, into a CL0003. But so pretty. So pretty, so comfortable, and it lays beautifully. Look at that. And we'll show a look at the end with what everything looks like onto, but I love giving you guys a little sneak peek at the bracelets because they're so phenomenal. Yes. And since the bead color does vary, thank you, Peggy, you can always paint your beads too if you want. Or you can paint your dragonfly to match your bead color. But I think those are stunning. Okay. Oh, you're so sweet, Rosie. I try to give you guys just amazing stuff all the time. Okay, I think we're ready for a trivia if Uncle Doug is. That was a good one.
I can try to make myself ready.
We have a cute little earring kit.
Let's let everybody know what we need to do to win and claim a trivia.
Yeah, so Facebook ladies, please love react or like react to the Facebook live demo today. And then for YouTube, please like, share, subscribe. This is for the big loot. Like, share, subscribe, put your name in the comments. For trivia, if you want to be a trivia winner, Uncle Doug's going to pop up a trivia question. The first person on our end to answer that question, we will, whoever answers it right, we will add this to your order. But you must have an open order with us on vintageliveshop.com to claim your winnings.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, here's our question. This should be an easy one. And we'll cross all sorts of age barriers. Which Disney movie has had the most sequels? Oops.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Let's see who can type the fastest.
I saw that one right away.
Oops.
That is so funny.
Let's see who can type the fastest.
I think you did that last week too, didn't you? But you got it like off screen
I did it once,
right away.
yeah. Yeah, no one noticed. Yeah, no, everybody's... The smartest one here is Peggy. You know what, Peggy?
That's so funny.
You deserve it.
Good job, Peggy. You won an earring kit. And we already know Peggy's got her order placed, so she will be getting that.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
It happens. So pretty.
But you know, it's an equal chance for everybody.
Yes. I'm going to get out our next things here while we're finishing up with that.
Okay, here's my little doodle. I have to add something to it now.
That's such a good one.
That was easy.
That was such a good one. It looks real. Toy Story.
I know.
That's fun.
Oh boy. Next time will be harder.
Okay. Let's see you later.
Wait, we at least got to give some applause.
Oh, yeah.
Got to give some applause.
Yes,
So
yes.
what else?
A little round of applause. Good job. Good job, Peggy. All right. We're going to get into some dragonfly earrings now. Are you guys excited? I'm so excited. I love these, and they look so, so good on. I love them. They're stinking adorable. The answer was Toy Story. Okay, so first off, with these beauties, we're going to be using that India detail blank and then this other dragonfly. First, we need to hammer the heck out of this. And so we're going to bring our bench block, but we're going to put our rubber block underneath of that. Okay. That's so funny. I noticed it right away and I was like, oh!
Yeah, there was two of us, but I couldn't get it off the screen.
Yeah. We're going to use the rounded side of our hammer to hammer these blanks. So now I'm just going to do one. Ian is a big Toy Story fan. Whenever one comes out, he likes to watch it. I'm going to do some little dots. And this is such a big piece that, like, don't be afraid to use your 8-ounce hammer too, your bigger one, if you want, like, bigger dots. Kind of helps you fill in the surface a little bit easier. And you're just going to keep hammering it. Hammer it until you get that many hammer marks. So many. Lots and lots and lots. You'll notice that my piece is curving up here. You can just flop that over, hammer it flat again, and then continue your hammer marks. I'm sorry. I know. Our microphone's just too good. I wish you guys could hear at least a little bit of the hammering, but no. Okay. That looks pretty good. I'm just twisting my piece and using the light to see if there's Any spots that I could probably touch up a little bit? It's looking pretty good. Hammer that flat. Yeah, see? That's a lot of hammer marks. So now we take our relief block there, and we are going to highlight those hammer marks all around our piece. Yeah, so pretty. And just highlight until your heart is content. I'm just going to come in a little bit more here. Yeah, that looks good. It does remind me of a tulip. It does. It would be cool, Lisa, if you kept the curve and then dropped like a bead to kind of roll around in the curve. I think would be super pretty. Okay. Now we need to take our dragonfly, and then you will line it up wherever you see fit. This is approximately where I have mine. You can come all the way up if you want. You can come all the way down if you want. You could put this anywhere you want. You could do it sideways even. Lots of different places where you can put this dragonfly, right? But for me, I really liked it in this spot, so I'm lining up my loop with this top hole punch. I'm going to squeeze my pieces together in my hands, and using that loop on the dragonfly, I'm going to punch a hole into our blank. Might as well paint our dragonfly before we rivet it. So let's grab some of these colors here. I'm going to bring out that Filigree blue in the antique. Use another tiny brush, probably smaller than that because there's a little bit of detail in here. So I'm going to take this color and I'm going to put it all over the wings and the body. This is that Filigree blue color. We're doing some layering too. So if you need to pick up a little paint, pick up a little bit of paint. Which I'm going to do a little bit down here on this. And then make sure you have your green opal out. You're going to need some of that. Oop, I don't want to mix it with other colors. And then some of that bright green as well. Now the bright green, you're going to be like, why are you doing what you're doing? So this is the normal Filigree blue color. This is what it looks like when you add a little bit of that bright green to the top and then kind of dab it off. Trying to add just a little bit of that bright green. This is prior to drying everything. Light, super light. Just adding a little bit of that bright green in there. There we go. That's looking good. I am going to add a little bit of heat to this now that I have those two colors on there. I come in with a little bit more verdigris blue. Not too much to where it covers up all that bright green, just a little bit. It's to hide the brightness of the green and bring out a little bit more of that blue. Barely touching my paper towel to my piece. Barely. Okay, that's looking pretty good. I'm liking that. And then we're going to come in tiny, 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 and probably even tinier than the last time we used black. So just a little bit of black. Just a little tiny, just to deepen some of these colors a little bit. Just a little bit. You can even mix your black with a little bit of that green. Tiny bits of black. Perfect. And then that pale green color. Little bits of that. I'm just gonna kind of dap those into a couple of these wing spots. Just adding a little bit of dimension. I might add a little bit more of that verdigris blue. Just a tiny bit. There's a couple spots in here where I can see a little bit of the metal poking through, so that's where I'm going to bring my verdigris blue back in. Just little bits. Okay. Do another quick little light dab throughout here. Hit that with the heat gun. Need to add just a tiny bit more of that black. Just a little bit. Okay. Guess who's getting some ASAP? Oh yeah, definitely you. Upside down acorn. I love that. Some iridescence? Yes. For sure, Kathy. Iridescence would look incredible on the dragonfly wings. Maybe I might have an iridescent out here. We'll add a little bit of that to it. There we are. Bring in some of those lighter brass colors out. Sometimes I find it's a little bit easier to use this block if I set my piece down and kind of glide the block over it. Okay, let's see. Maybe I'll use Eerie Violet. I use Eerie Green quite a lot. It's been a minute since I think I've used Eerie Violet. So we'll add Eerie Violet on top of this blue-green and see what that gives us, because I think that could be pretty with a little bit of that purple. A little bit of that purple look. Oop, that's not a clean brush. I also don't want to mix this with anything else. Ooh, that's so pretty. Good call, Kathy. Good call. I'm gonna pick up just a tiny bit where it's a little bit thicker, but otherwise, that's a showstopper. Let me hit it with the heat gun here quick. All right. I'm so excited to see what this looks like with a little bit of that iridescent purple color on it. The iridescent violet's going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Good call, Kathy. Good call. Look at the iridescent violet on that. So pretty. Love it. I really do. Okay. Rivets. You can use the RV040 rivet. I'm going to use, this is the same rivet as the RV040, but this one's just steel. I just have these ones on hand. Take your rivet, string it through our dragonfly first. Nice point up, because this is where we're going to be gluing that flat back. Stick it through our blank as well, because we're layering these beauties. Put it upside down on our bench block there. So they are not new colors, Rosie. I just say, so it's iridescent violet and iridescent green. I just say eerie because it's short. So iridescent violet and iridescent green. I just say eerie violet and eerie green. But they are our normal colors. So you should be able to get those on the retail site or in sets. Round nose portion of your hammer first. That helps me mushroom out the rivet first. So I'm going to start with that and start mushrooming my rivet. It's looking pretty good. And I'm going to come down, hammer it. Until she's secure. Looks secure to me. And then we're going to take a little bit of Loctite. I do need to keep doing some R&D on those. Feels like when we start doing some R&D on some new projects, sometimes it gets pushed back a little bit because there are just so many things that we're all doing over here. But do know that we are actively looking for more tube rivets, because those are the ones that I think all of us like working with the most now. I know Ainsley has expressed that, and I've expressed that, that we like using the tube rivets more. But yeah, we are actively looking. There's just, unfortunately, only so much time in a day. I wish we could get them to you sooner, though. All right, gluing this flat back on, making sure it's positioned. And then I'm going to push down once we're really center here. Less than a week before I take Aries in for her, hopefully, what is her last checkup for her leg. So that'll happen Tuesday. So join me next Wednesday to find out how that goes. But that's fun. I love that. We took these infinity ring connectors, C2H030, I think is that part number. We took one of those from the hole punch and the India detail blank, and then did the top one to an ER20. And it hangs so beautifully and perfect. I love it. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous. And look at that eerie purple just. Oh, it's so pretty. But this is what I mean. Like, look, two different people are going to want these. They're two different colors. Someone's going to gravitate more towards green. Someone's going to gravitate more towards blues and purples. That's why I just stinking love these paints. Incredible. Incredible. I guess we can do another trivia. Let's do another trivia. Let's bring Uncle Doug back on. We might have to add a trivia or something because I think I made more pieces than what I usually do today.
Yeah, you might have to add one to make up for the other one.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Same thing. That cute earring kit. You're going to get 2 ear wires and 2 of those circle dotted charms. Both are plated in copper antique. That's stunning. They're gorgeous. And I love them. So make sure you answer the trivia question first. Whoever we see first on our end, you win. But you must have an open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com to claim so we can ship it to you.
So we'll put up the question.
And not an answer?
And then while we're waiting for the answers, and not an answer. While we're waiting for the answers to come in, Corey can maybe talk about Backstage Pass.
Yeah. Hi, thanks, Terry. Over on YouTube.
So there we go.
Thank you, thank you. It's on Friday,
Rich
so I'm excited for that.
1959 Hitchcock film features a crop duster chase.
Ooh, that's cool. Okay, so
this is boomer adjacent, this question.
While we're waiting for these trivia questions to come in, the Backstage Pass subscription is a must-have. It's $39 with shipping included. So it's like $34.99. You have your shipping. But anyways, it's around $40 a month, which it's a no-brainer. You're getting $75 worth of materials every single month, plus an exclusive live design on the fly class with me. So not only are you getting that, but you're also getting access to over 150 classes that we have stored in the masterclass library on vintage.com. You must be signed in and you must be subscribed to access that library. You also get exclusive member discounts. You get 20% off orders $50 or more. And not to mention, you also get a better shipping threshold. So everybody else is $75 shipping threshold before they can get free shipping. All of our Backstage Pass subscribers, they're at the $50 threshold for free shipping. So all around, it's a really, really great deal. You're going to get exclusive classes from me every month. And then Jean and Ains occasionally pop in for exclusive content as well. So get signed up. You will have a stinking blast. And I'm sure every single lady in here that signed up for the Backstage Pass can attest to how great it truly is. Looks like I have a bunch of answers coming in.
No Ginsu knives.
So get signed up for Backstage Pass, ladies. And you get to join our exclusive Facebook group, too.
So we had a lot of answers come in.
Okay.
And I believe that Patricia is Mrs. Chris C.
Yes, Patricia Graham.
Patricia Cohen. Or Cohen, I think, isn't
Cohen?
it?
It might be Cohen. We have like 3 different Patricias. I think so far we've only had 1 Peggy. I think we've had a couple Stephanies, a couple Kathys, a couple Connies. I don't think I've seen another Rosalie yet. But just know that there's a lot of duplicate names that I'm still working through. But you're probably right. It's just my brain. It's my brain. It's my brain getting older, you guys. I'm getting closer to 30 and my brain's just tooting out.
Just goes downhill from here.
Yeah. North by Northwest. Patricia.
Our boomers will recognize this.
I don't.
I know you don't. The boomers do. Give us a thumbs up or a like or something if you actually recognize this drawing.
What is it?
Okay.
No, I have to know because usually I'm pretty good about like.
This is an icon or an image of Alfred Hitchcock himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they trademarked that and they had it part of the show.
Neat.
Yeah.
That is cool. Awesome. Good job, Patricia. Did we give her an applause?
Yeah, we should do that, shouldn't we?
Yes. Good job, Patricia.
There we go, Patricia.
Okay. Ooh, I need to get some other stuff set out. Ooh, let me hurry up. Get some cutie things put out here for our next one. Should we do this one? Should we do our vine wrapping with our big dragonflies? Yeah, I think so. I think so. And you know what I'm going to do this time around? I'm going to pre-paint my vines before I wrap them because I happen to wrap them first and then paint them. So I'm going to pre-paint and then wrap. This one's around 2 colors, I think.
We never showed the giveaway, did we?
Not the top-down one, but
I don't think so. Oh, did you roll it?
no, I think I just did the trivias under the thing. Yeah, we can do that.
Just anytime you want to break.
Yeah, I think that sounds good. All right. Bright green, pale green. I'm reshaking them. Every time I use them, I shake them. Every single time. What's cool about these two is if you know anybody that likes honker hoops, the hoops are around 4 grams a piece. So I would say put something light to hang if you're going to do them as hoops. Wood would be really good to use inside these hoops because they do weigh quite a bit, and you know, if they're on your ears, you want them to be a little bit lighter. But these hoops were big sellers in our Bella Vintage line when we had our brick and mortar store on Main Street in Galena. But they are fantastic hoop earrings too, and you can just leave them simple. So for our Bella line, we would hammer these first to give it a nice, unique, what's the word I'm looking for? Texture to the hoop. We would add a jump ring up there and then have maybe another jump ring hang down for whatever else. Or you can just keep them simple. They're super cool, just simple hoops if you didn't want to add anything in there. But let's paint these vines. You're probably gonna want to do them side by side. So first up, bright green. We're gonna touch up our whole vine. I need some more of that in there. Your whole vine with bright green. Doink, doink, doink. If your paint's a little thicker in some spots, you can pick it up with that paper towel. Add all that bright green throughout. So pretty. I'm gonna add a little bit of heat to this first one here while it's starting to dry a little bit. Pick up some of that thicker color as I'm drying it. My paint does like to move around a little bit, so might as well just catch it before it does and use that heat gun quick. Okay. I remember Jean was talking about the neon colors and how Wendy thought that we should add them. And I think that was such a good idea, one on Wendy's part, because these look incredible, especially when you're adding like one other color to brighten it up. But the neons are so good. You don't think you'd use them. And I never thought I would use them until I started using them. And I was like, oh wait, I do like these. I do like using the neons. They are bright, but they're not like, close my eyes. I need to close my eyes because they're so bright. They're just perfect, literally perfect neons. Okay, so that looks good. Hi, Amanda. I am not going to use the Eerie Violet on this one. So this one is bright green, and then we're going to add some pale green to it as well. And pale green, we're only adding in this one little area on each of these leaves here. So I'm going to pick up just a little bit of that pale green. I'm going to dunk my brush for this one. Because I need my pale green to be nice and bright. And I'm just adding this to the tips of each of these little leaves here. Don't want too much. I don't need it to overtake it, but I do like the slight variation in color. Boom, 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 boom. Let's add a little bit of that pale green. I picked up a little too much on that one. Like I said, it doesn't take a whole lot. Okay, that's looking good up for that top one, and then we'll do this one down here. So I'm just very, very lightly coming in with that pale green. So, so, so pretty. And I'm not pressing very hard against the metal either. I'm just barely tapping with my brush. That seems to be good for my leaves there. And then throughout this vine, I'm just going to add a little bit of those pale green touches. Okay. I'll bring those up for you in a moment. You may also want to paint your backs. I'm going to see how this looks before I paint the backs. And I do have these vines in bulk packs too. Yeah, those are stinking pretty. So pretty. Let's hammer this hoop. I like to hammering this kind of, you will lose shape a little bit. So to avoid losing too much, I kind of place my finger up in this area to kind of keep it from adjusting too much. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot to get your hoop back to shape. Okay. We are almost. Don't be, or be careful. I was gonna say don't be careful. Be careful when you're hammering so you don't hit your little fingers. You don't want to do that. Hi, Jean. Hello, hello. Okay. Looking great. I'm going to kind of pinch these together. Make sure that I think I need to pull these up and straight a little bit. It's okay. What is that, a JR 45 it looks like? That's keeping this sucker together at the top. So I'm gonna grab one of those. Ring. Just keeping our hoop together. Gorgeous. And then I'm going to do kind of the same paint color combo for our dragonfly here. So as those paints, or before those paints dry, I'm going to come in with some of that bright green. And then we're going to do some of that pale green. This one's kind of just, you just kind of keep layering. Some of this just land in here. So I wanted this one to be a little bit more opaque. You can also use the Ultimate Paint line, which is super opaque if you want. I'm gonna heat gun that for a sec. Pull some of this extra paint from those areas where they're pulling. Bring some of that pale green again. Okay, I'm gonna pick up a little bit of that by the head though. A little bit in there. All right, and then with this ochre color, this is the paint, right? So it's gonna be super opaque. For this one, I just did very light coat and I took it off like right away. Get a nice light coat on my brush. Take it away. Light coat. take it away. You're like, but Corian, you're taking away all of it. No, I'm leaving remnants of yellow. Remnants. I think I do need to add a tiny bit of moss right there, though. Oh, I need a tinier brush. Hold on. So there's a little bit of, yeah, okay. You got that. Oh, well, it stinks that you have to be back to school, but I'm sure it's fun seeing all the new kids come in and stuff like that. But thank you, Jean. Thank you, thank you. Okay, tiny, 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 tiny bits of black. We're gonna go on our eyeball area. Okay, dry that. And then we're going to come in with the relief block again. We love this tool. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Gorgeous. A little dragonfly. That will hang down in between, but before we hang that, we are going to wrap. So we'll start off with probably this side. And I'm going to swing this underneath. And that's going to be up a little bit. So this is approximately where this is going to be. So I'm just going to push up this leaf because it'll help this stay on a little bit if I need to, set it down or something. I need to remember exactly how I did this wrap. So I'm going to pull this. We go down and around. It's not the hardest thing, but you do have to pay attention as you're wrapping. So this one I might just do backwards. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it work from that way around like I did last time. I mean, we can try it though. Hold on. I think this one's curving up. I think this is the top one up here. Just remembering here. Hold on. It's been a minute. Where are my chain nose? Okay, that is the right way. Maybe I'll start with the top on this one then. That might be easier. Just refocusing. Top into a swirl. This one might be a little bit harder to get that double, but we'll try. I'm gonna fold it over. Watch this bottom section too. You'll want to pop that out. And grabbing with your chain nose does help a ton. Well, I'll leave that for now. This is going to twist this way a bit. I'll wipe my hands here. They're sweaty under this light. Okay, so that was a double loop there. Into the drop. I'm going to go back down and around. So I'm going to pull this down and up for a sec here. Double goes down, up and around, and this is going to come down to going around again. Trying to make sure that the backs of my filigree are wrapping against my hoop so I can keep my nice filigree out here. This needs to pull down. Okay. Ah! I have that pinched perfect. Okay, now I'm going to bring this back down, but I need to keep this flower or this leaf facing normal, so I'm going to pinch it and then continue my wrap with the vine. There we go. This one curves back down. Come in. Okay. Thought someone was calling, but I think we're okay. Get my leaf down a little bit. This I could probably clean up a little bit more, but essentially that's how we're looking. Okay. I think my first one was a little cleaner, but okay. I just cleaned up that vine a little bit. We're going to go on the other side. I think my vine was curving in this way. So this one's a little bit, it's the same, but it's opposite. Thanks, Patricia. I might just start down here on this one and see if I like going up or down more. This, I want to move a little bit. Okay. And get my vines to center down here at the bottom a bit. So it looks like this one is a double. I don't know if I'll be able to get this one around double though. But if I did before, I should be able to again. Okay. Well, that looks good. This one looks like it's another double. So I'm going to come under. I'm going to readjust my clip here. And we went a bit up. Really cinch. I think I need to give myself a little bit more room here. For that double. And then this leaf is going to pop up in front. And then this one looks to be another double, but I'm gonna really crank this leaf over here a bit. This one's gonna go down and then back up. Looks like that one was also a double. Or even a triple. I think I went up a whole nother time there. And this one goes under. And then, oh, I probably could have gotten a little bit more out of this curve. So let me do that, and that might help me with my thing here. This one's also going to go under. I'm just remembering. And it's coming back up top. I can stretch that a little bit though. It's looking a little bit better. I could do something with that a little bit and make it probably a little bit closer there, but I think that's pretty good. I could go in with a whole nother, let me do that. I'm just curious here, because I know I can do another double. That's a little better for my liking. Just adding another little twist in there. I think I maybe even did another whole loop on that one, but whatever. That's close enough. Another JR45. Thanks, Janet. It is a tricky vine to twist because you don't want to see the backs from the fronts, but it's pretty good. I did paint the backs on the finished one there, so if you want to paint the backs, paint the backs. I'm going to string that JR40 with our dragonfly onto our other JR40. What I like about this is that it kind of the dragonfly sits in between those two there, which is nice, so it keeps it nice and center hanging. And then you grab another JR45. That one's going to be for your Swarovski crystal, your black one. Slide that in. Slide that on the bottom. The vines are, I think the vines are easier when you're just kind of like doing maybe like one-offs where you don't have to replicate exactly like where the vine's going. Otherwise, it's pretty simple, but I feel like replicating wrapping is hard sometimes, especially with those super malleable vine filigree. That's gorgeous, gorgeous. And then I used CH0012, that nice big fat heavy curb chain, and then took two JR40s into that JR45 and then into our hoop. Now I did add a tiny bit of black to this as well. I've been liking the black a lot lately. Just a little bit of black. And then what I did here, I might want a mat for this one. I think I have a mat over here. I just left it. It's not very often that I use my mat because I'm usually just plucking away, but I do want to get my mat for this because we do a splatter technique. Just a tiny bit of splatter. So I'm gonna add black to my paintbrush and flick. Just doing some flicks. Just a little bit of antiquing. Picks up some more of that black paint. Just some of that flick painting. Add a little bit more. A little light on that. Ooh, that was a good flick. Ooh, those are good ones. You can leave your crystal off for this part. It's black, so whatever. I'll clean my crystal with some cleaner, it should be fine. And then I'm just going to come in and bloop, 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 bloop. Just on my hoop a little bit. Bloop, 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 bloop. Not a lot, just bloop, bloop, bloop. Just little tiny bits of black. Give it that antique look. Okay. Gorgeous, gorgeous splatter technique. I bet you guys can't do that. Only I can do the splatter technique. But you know what? Maybe wear some gloves when you're doing it, because now I have a black fingernail. Okay, I'll move my mat over there. Little splatter technique with our gorgeous vine necklace. It's so pretty. What do you guys think about the eyeballs? Are you gonna do your dragonflies like all one color, or are you gonna make the eyeballs a different color? I thought it was cute. I thought that was cute. I think we did a pretty dang good job at replicating that, so looks good to me. Should we do the sound effects to complete this piece? What sound effects? Oh, like the splat, splat. Yes, please do that. Please do it. You're gonna love it. You like the black, it pulls together the matching eyes? Good. Thanks, Elizabeth. Ooh, you see a fairy? Ooh. Oh. Ooh. You know what would be pretty hanging in the middle of that? I know we have these listed on the live shop, and I know where they are. I'm gonna grab one, and I'm gonna be right back. 3, 2, 1. This would be gorgeous hanging in there. Gorgeous, our little fairy in the woods. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. That would be stinking beautiful. A lot of things would look super great in that hoop. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, Elizabeth, she goes, I see why you painted them first. Yes. So it's really not as difficult as it may seem to paint them as when they're already wrapped on. But it just saves you from like hitting other pieces that you might not want to hit with your paint. But yeah, for sure. For sure. Thanks, Rosie. You love the eyeballs? Good. Me too. I thought it added just a little bit. Just a little bit. And it balances with the black crystal and the tiny bits of black splatter. Love it. It would be cool with that round filigree thing hanging behind the hoop. Like this one. Could do it like that too. That would be pretty. Have some filigree there. You can even just take off the dragonfly. Or you could rivet the dragonfly on that. Oh. Oh. That's beautiful. Just that. I might do that. Super great ideas, super cute. Lots of different ways you can do it. You can maybe even put I wonder what the India detail would look like in here. While we have it here, Uncle Doug, maybe he can get ready for a trivia while I'm just... Oh, man! Look at that! That is gorgeous! You do that with your dragonfly instead? Oh, you guys! That is stunning! Oh, I love that. I really like that. What does this look like on the India detail? You just drop your like dragonfly from it. Good ideas, good ideas, good ideas. What is the measurement of the hoop. Good question, Peggy. I think it's in the 60s. 64 millimeter hoop. 64 millimeter creative hoop. So it's a big one. It's a big one. For size reference, once again, it is the size of the palm of my hand, basically. Amazing. Oh, that looks so pretty with that India detail. Lucine likes it that way. Yeah, just pick up one of those sampler packs, and then you can just do this. Or go pick up a couple of the India detail blanks on retail. I think they're under $5 a piece. I don't want to say for sure which for, because I don't know if it's $4.25, $4.75, but you can pick up that. I think the part number is P194 for the India detail. But yeah, those are like between $4 and $5 on retail, I think. Of course, Peggy. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready for some trivia. Yay.
Hey.
I know. Oh, real quick, just kidding. Just very, very quick. This piece here, I made this a long time ago. I brought it out because it is using the same creative hoop on the back with that same filigree that's in that necklace kit that I don't have any more of, but this is, you can create wrapped loops out of them too. If you cut those hole punch parts off, then you can create a really cool wrapped loop hoop too. Okay, I'm done.
Super cool. You're not done.
I'm finished. See ya never.
You're not done. You need to show the mega loot.
The mega loot? Are you gonna put the top down thing, or do you want me to move it in front? Okay. Yeah. Look at that thing. Oh, look at that giant feather. That wasn't even on the screen. Holy smokes. Here, we'll do a pan. I like to do the pans. Because there's usually some things that are off that you don't get to... Whoa. Whoa. Those are finished. Oh. Look at those bead loops.
Aren't my sneaky?
Sneaky. Whoa, someone's getting spoiled. So to enter for this big loot giveaway, you must have an open order with us on vintageliveshop.com. That's number one. Otherwise, you won't get your winnings. For Facebook, you must love or react to the live demo for a chance to win. On YouTube, I need you to like, subscribe, share, and then comment your first and last name. And then Uncle Doug will scoop up those names and we'll put them in our wheel. At the end of the live, we will spin and see who wins. Yay.
Someone needs to get that wheel ready.
Let me do that real quick while you're doing trivia.
All right.
Let me get it up.
Let's see what we have. I'll put up the question and not the answer, I hope. Which food was once used as currency by the Aztecs? Which food was once used as currency by the Aztecs? Aztecs. Read it because I'm not pronouncing very well.
Okay.
Let's see what our commenters have to say. Anybody yet? Yeah, look at the answers coming in.
I have the wheel ready for the end.
Yes, I see it now. Thank you.
Yay!
Oh man, we got one that's really close, but it's not technically it's not it, but it's very close.
Oh, Rosie, you couldn't see it? Hold on. She's not talking about what you're doing. I put it on. Duh. Corian. Sorry, Facebook ladies. This was the one I was talking about. So this hoop, or this filigree, is attached to a hoop, and you clip off the top 2 hole punch things, and then you can create it into a wrapped loop hoop. So that's what I did.
So we have a couple correct answers. And the first one is Rosie Sawyer.
Yes! See?
Cacao beans.
Of course, Candy. Sometimes, like I said, things are hard to imagine what to do with. But once you get a little bit of inspiration, it unlocks a whole world of goodness. I'm giving you air hugs, Lisa. Because you gave me hugs. I'm giving you air hugs. Okay.
And I really like cacao beans.
Cacao beans.
I do. Yes.
Interesting.
Because we make a nice cacao drink. Here's your little thing. Your little draw you do, Hickey. Some cacao beans are, yes, I get them as crushed nibs. I roast them for about 20, 30 minutes.
Oh.
And then I grind them up with one of those little pulse grinders.
Nice.
Put them in a French coffee brewer and have myself a cacao drink.
Heck yeah.
Oh, but
That's
I do add
awesome.
some sugar and some cream, you know. It's very delicious.
But not just straight.
Not just, well, you could. I'm sure it's absolutely fine, but I'm kind of addicted to sweets.
Aren't we all at some point, I think?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right, let's get back to your designing.
Another filigree necklace, too. Another really good filigree necklace. You guys are going to love this wrap. Boink. Gonna need one of those. Gonna need one of these. And that's about all you need. Which is crazy. Because this necklace looks insane. Let me give you a close-up here. So we have our flat back in there is wrapped with that rosette filigree. So super cool. I'm very excited to teach you guys this one. And I can't tell you how long it took me to make this because I knew what I wanted to do. But finding a good way to make it work took quite a while. But it was worth it. Totally worth it. You guys, are you ready for some filigree cutting? Because we're going to be doing a lot of it with this piece. So pay attention to where my cuts are being made. But I do just need to look here for a sec. Just to make sure. All right. Here. Right there.
I know.
We're going to cut.
There's something that could make you more comfortable.
We're going to cut on the other side. Right there. And then, right here by this swirl, cut the rest of that off. And on the other one, cut the rest of that off. I need to do a little bit better of a cut there. Hold on. Okay. So we are creating an opening for these to come through and bend back down. So kind of clean up this cut a little bit. It's harder for me to get a file in there, so I just take a little bit extra time and make sure that I don't have sharp spots in there.
I heard it come back in my ear, that's why.
Do next one. You're going to do this 4 times in that same area as you go around. That looks good. Come in there a little bit, clean that up. I need to get one of those like spongy sanders. You could probably use your file too, but some of that still might be a little bit hard to get even with the file. Looks pretty good. Clean up that a little bit. And one more. Okay, looks really good to me. So we just went through and below each of these, you're going to see those two little lines. You're just going to remove those, so then you have an open spot right there, right? So we have that. I know, holy moly, that crystal is right, Lisa. It's seriously incredible. Here, let me just polish this quick so you guys can see just how incredible it is, because it had my fingerprints all over it. But it's so good. What is this one? This one? I could probably make a necklace kit for this one. Specifically, the Ultimate Sampler will have everything that you need to make this kit, and the other necklace, earrings, and bracelet. But not this one, because this one's very, very limited. This is that crystal. Literally insane, isn't it, Lisa? I'm going to get it at a few different angles for you guys here, so you can really just see how incredible this is. I mean, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Next, we need to fold up some corners here. Okay. We're going to go kind of in this area, and we can adjust as we get our filigree up to our other filigree, but just for starters, we're going to pull each of these corners up. And then we can see how it's laying with our filigree. Ooh, it would be a really insane, oh, specifically Christmas tree ornament. Could you imagine this hanging on your tree? This thing would be gorgeous. So I'm just lining up my filigree tabs here to see if I am pretty in line. That's pretty good. I just want to make sure that I can get all the way down on these, on each. Oh yeah, that worked out really good. So I'm just going to pop this back out. Slowly, because I did have to kind of wiggle it in there, but the tighter the better, I think. And drop that in there. It's not gonna go all the way to the bottom. It is intentional because you don't want your crystal to have a lot of space to move up and down, side to side. So this is essentially It's basically balancing where the so pull it out and pull tab up. But it's not going to go all the way down to the bottom, and that is intentional. All right, let's see what this looks like. If I need to adjust any more of those little tabs, I think I might need to scrunch that in just a little bit more there. A little bit more on this side. Beautiful. Disco crystal. Oh, I wouldn't call myself a genius. I do have some good ideas from time to time. So that's my little test. If I can pinch this together and go like that, and I can't hear it moving around or feel it moving around, I know I'm good. I know I'm good. I think I just need to... I think that all looks really good, actually. So each of these tabs are now going to fold over and secure our filigree down. I might try and push this one up just. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That looks great. I think I am going to take a little bit of a... Do I not have my super long ones out here? Just going to grab... Cinch that in just a little bit more. Okay. So good. So good. And then you can just come in with a little... sunshine fog or something. Put fingerprints off there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Gorgeous. And then the back looks good too. It all looks stunning. And then I did bend these down a little bit. Just the edges of the filigree. Just to round it off. And then these did get painted. I used a little bit of pale tan on that one. But because I've been using greens, I kind of want to do a greeny version just because the rest of the collection's green and I just want to see what this looks like with a little bit of green on it. You can paint your filigree before or after. It's probably easier to do it before, but I am doing it here. So I think I'm gonna do a slew of colors here. Maybe stay away from the outside. Maybe do like brown kind of inside. It's gonna be messy painting. Just want some color variations. I need to get some more colors out though to have color variations. Doink. So there's a little bit of bright green, a little bit of verdigris blue. Dull down that bright green a little bit. And just come in, hopefully not touch my crystal. Some of these inner parts. I was like, maybe I won't do it, but I think I should. Just ultralight, so I don't touch my crystal. It's hard to control a bristle brush sometimes. You'd probably be better off painting your filigree before, but Corian likes to do things backwards. A lot, actually. A lot. So green, blue. Should we? Yeah, might as well add a little bit of pale green because we've been using that throughout too. We'll do pale green on the very, very outside to kind of highlight it in, bring and shift your focus to that center. Doodly-loot, doodly-loot, doodly-loot. A little bit of that, and you bring a little bit on the inside though. And then we'll dab some of that up. Dab. Dab. Hey, gorgeous. Heat gun. Smacker. Gorgeous. Okay, and do a little bit of that to our dragonfly. Circle. Just little, so it doesn't need a whole lot. I'm just adding a little bit of bright green to that. I need a little bit more. Okay, that's cute. A little bit of that to our dragonfly. Should have got my bench block out. Oh well. We're painting. We just painting. Add a little bit of verdigris blue to this as well. Just a little bits of color variation. And then this one, I think we can probably do a little bit of antiquing. And then a little bit more of that black. This one I'm just going to kind of need to have my paper towel on hand because I'm going to do a thicker black with a wipe right away. So I still want to see that color, but I want the antique. A little bit in there too, because why not? We've added it everywhere else. Okay, relief block. Both of those little charmies. Add an additional hole punch down here at the bottom. Make sure your top hole punches on the top or the bottom. That way you're creating a connector out of it. Make sure you go up far enough that you don't pinch off your hole. So I've done that before, and then that would really stink if you had everything wrapped together and then you punch something and then it ruined the punch. Ask me how I know. Because it's happened to me multiple times. That's why I'm like extra careful. JR20 copper antique plating. Open that up. I'm going to string our teensy dragonfly to the bottom of our filigree wrap. Like that. And then JR40 copper antique. And string that on. Ooh, beat all. Beat all, ladies. I'm going to extend that hole a little bit. See if that's given us enough room. Perfect. Now this, we're going to need to curve, and I'll show you guys how to curve that. Let's see if I have to add a bead all to this. I do. I need to do this one really slow though, because the hole is pretty dang close to the edges. And I am not wanting to ruin this wrap. There's no way a hole punch, just one hole punch could ruin, but it can though. I mean, you could probably clip that hole punch off though and maybe just go a little bit lower with your stuff, but close that. And your filigree or your dragonfly you want to lay really nice across your filigree. So I take it up here and I pull a wing down, Same on this side. I'm just kind of giving it like a bubbled look, and then kind of like a little bit down here by the tail. I'm also going to bend that down. Not super fast. I don't want to crank it and break it, but I do want it to kind of match the curve of the filigree so it lays super beautifully on there. Love it. I want to say DP 190, but let me just look here. It might be 290. Teensy dragonfly. That is DP 290. Yes. DP 290 for this teensy little dragonfly charm. We do have those on retail. CH0010 is the chain style that I chose to do with this one. So essentially I'm just gonna pull that chain out. We'll plop it onto this one, because that's more in my color field anyhow. Yeah, that's so pretty. What do you guys think? Do you guys like this more like, it's almost like a super light purpley color. Which one do you guys like more? Do you like the greens or like the purpley version? I always lean towards the greens and blues. I think both are super pretty. Both are super duper pretty. Okay. Do we have another trivia? If not, we can just keep going. Could we just have one more necklace? Unpainted. Greens. Both. So it looks like we're split on that. I am wearing, this one is a little bit of purple.
To do the wheel instead.
Oh.
How long is the next necklace?
It's not very long. Under 10, okay. I would think. Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's just do that now and skip.
Let's do the necklace now and then go.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. Came up with a game plan. Uncle Doug's got a skedaddle. And I'm gonna pump through this next one. This next one, very limited. I don't even know if it's available anymore. Probably not. When we first started the live, I think there was maybe 3 left. Just look here. Let's see if it's still in stock. She sold out. Okay. So for my ladies, for our sold out necklace here, I'm going to go over how to do it. My other ladies that don't have the opportunity to get this kit, I suggest finding a filigree that's pretty dang close in size to this. And then just get a bulk pack of these, and you're essentially going to have the same look. Okay? So you can find a different filigree. This filigree, you would have a hard time cutting it because it's so close. So make sure you're looking for something that's about caliper. This one's really quick. It's like I have a scale out there, but my caliper's in my office. I do want to tell you guys how big this is, though, so you guys have a good idea of the size that you're going to need for this kind of wrap. Around 55 millimeters will get you pretty dang close to that look. And if I find more of these, which very likely that I could, I don't know for sure though, because there's been times where I'm like, oh yeah, I think we have some more of that, and we haven't, and vice versa. So if I do and can find more, I will do that for you guys. So we're gonna line this up right in the center. As we're holding both this piece and our filigree piece here, make sure that's actually in the center. I'm going to start pulling up each of these little petals. We're going to go in a big circle all the way around. One of my favorite things about framing is, or filigree wrapping is being able to frame other pendants and things. All right, now that I have a pretty good indication of where my bends are, I'm just going to come in and clean them up a little bit, make them a little bit more round. This one can come in more. And doesn't need to be perfect. Right in there, it's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to pull this up a little bit. That up a little bit. These suckers. You basically just keep going around until you're happy with where everything's at, and then you can start squishing her down. That's looking pretty good. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. I'm going to make sure that my hole here lines up with some sort of hole in the back, because it's easier to complete a hole punch if you do it that way. And then you start folding them. Start folding them over on top of your dragonfly reed. So I'm going to bring in a little bit more. Shift this down just a little bit. This is a little bit of a thicker piece too, so your hands might get a little tired, but it is worth it. Worth it, worth it, worth it. You're probably going to want to paint this prior to wrapping it. But in the case that I don't have enough to get around, I'm just going to do it with this. Ooh, that might be too small. My other ones. I'm going to grab some longer pliers that I have and kind of cinch these in a little bit more. That's looking good. Get your bench block and your rubber block. Doink. Hammer, 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 hammer it down. Just the edges. Looks good. Beautiful. Now, paints. Bright green. Little brush. I'm just gonna glide by these leaves. Or bamboo. And you can do this without wrapping it too. So paint first if that helps you. It's looking good, and then I did add some of this green over here to our cutesy dragonfly. That looks good. Get some bright blue out. You can also use actually use metallic aqua, or I think my version of that disappeared. Or mermaid fin, one or the other. Mermaid fin, metallic aqua. Oh, that's why. It's down below. So actually, pale blue. Pale blue, pale blue. I know you can't see it yet. It's not there yet. I'm not painting yet. I was gone. Hold on. Pale blue. I was looking for the right blue. Pale blue. I'm just going to stick that over in this one. I will hold on painting, ladies. Just wait. Wait. While I get situated. I had to find my paint color first. Okay. Pale blue. come in with that. It looks like I have a little bit of green left over. Hold on. The first one was just the greens on the bamboo and the dragonfly. Okay. Actually, let me pick that up. Let me pick that up because that was a little more green than what I was wanting. There we go. Nice pale blue. That's going on our background. Essentially, you could put down the pale blue first and then just top it with the green, but I'm just kind of moving it over into the nice greens over there that aren't dry yet. I'm just going to hit it with the heat gun quick so I can get some of those colors to set. Okay, pale blue. Keep touching the pale blue. Doink, 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 doink. Sorry, it's a little messy, but I'm trying to go fast. Okay, I'm just gonna make it a little bit deeper in there, and then if I need to add a little bit more green, I will. This is just gonna save me some time. Looks good. I do paint on the outside filigree anyway, so I'm just gonna clean that up just a little bit. Done. Teal blue. We're just gonna pick up a little bit of it and a little bit. Pick it up. Pick it up. A little bit down here. Maybe a little bit there. It's just to give the sky a little bit of variation, little swipe variation. Love that. Dump brush. Okay, we're gonna come back in with those pretty greens. Our leaves and our bamboo. It's okay if I make that sky a little green over there. It's artistic. Okay, a little bit of black goes just little bits. This is just gonna highlight your dragonfly a little bit. So just tiny bit, not too much. Pick it up right away if it's a little dark. But we need a little bit of antiquing in there to make him stand out. That looks good. And then I did take a little bit of the black and come in with that on top of the green to darken it just a little bit. Give it that same antique-y feel as our dragonfly. So just little bits of antique. Okay, and then I went around with black on the border of the filigree here, so we're just gonna paint that up a little bit. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm gonna come in with that relief block, but get your Filigree dried. Rank it with the relief block. I would paint and relief your dragonfly reed pendant first. It's easier to highlight the spots that you need highlighted. Nice. That looks good. From the back, you can see my hole. So I need to either punch through that or move this filigree just a little bit over. I don't know if I'll be able to move the filigree though. So we might have to punch that through. Let's see, where did my hole go? There it is. Okay, JR40. Okay, you can start bringing it up. Okay. Do you have sent over? Okay. Awesome. Well, you can probably go if you have the name sent over. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the little PC thing. I'll have to just make sure that it's full screen before I pop it on. But yeah, it should be good. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. No, it's okay. Totally okay. Tell him I said hi. Okay. You are also, that way we don't have to rush through this. Flat back. We need to glue flat back. I need to reset my brain. Where are we at? Flat back. So I'm gonna take. I know, right? The little bits of black really just. They really do it. It really does it. I'm gonna add a little bit of Loctite. I don't think I added enough. A little bit of Loctite there. I'm gonna smack our crystal somewhere in that area. Boom. That's going to adhere. And then I actually have wire set out already, but that also might be in my office. You're gonna get, for the ladies that did buy this necklace kit, you're gonna get a full thing of wire. And it's square wire. I just want to make sure that I don't open up a whole nother pack if I already have one open, because that would not be fun. All right. So square wire. For the ladies that got this kit, you're going to get 18 gauge, 21 foot square wire. This is natural brass colored wire. And I always find that it's nice that when you have a little bit more extra wire to work with, it's okay to make a mistake or a few mistakes. Oh, all right. Which is also Swarovski. This is our Swarovski Galactic bead. This kit has since sold out. But I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for more of this filigree to see if I can make more of those. And then yes, the square wire here. I have that. I'm gonna do wrapped loops, but I think I'm gonna use my bigger, these ones, these looping pliers. So I can keep approximately the same size loop throughout. So I think I'm gonna hit it on the 4 maybe. I want to give myself room to create that wrapped look. Push those together. Just gonna do 2. That's what I did on my original. And then we're gonna clip off this extra wire. Tuck the tail. Straighten this a little bit. Keep your wire pretty dang straight because this one's a little bit of a tighter fit, but it helps prevent your crystal from twisting too much. Yes, you can make a lot of mistakes, but you know what? You're probably gonna need to have this much wire. Oh, come on now. I'm gonna have to probably test each of the crystals that I send in your kit just in case, because I know sometimes they don't all like to fit through. I might need to go get another one. Hold on. I'm gonna test all your crystals before I send them. You gotta love it. I wish things were a little bit more universal like that, where they're all the same inside, which they're supposed to be, but sometimes these go in a lot easier than other ones. Yeah, I'll show you here. I just grabbed another one. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Ugh. I will test each of your crystals before I send them to make sure they work. This one. I am pushing, twisting, and I can only get her in that far, right? Like, what the heck? So easy, right? So I will test all of your kit crystals for this one specifically because I know that some of them may or may not work. This one I also had a little bit of a curve in, so I do need to. There we go. Hee hee. Something new for you guys to learn is that not all crystal centers or bead centers are the same size. I have come to find that on numerous occasions where I've even tried just replicating something and it won't go through, but I used it before and I was like, but wait, let me grab another one and let's see, and it typically works. So just so you guys know, I will be checking those. I had a crystal hole smaller than the others after I used the bead awl. It made the inside hole look hazy, but I didn't mind. Oh, interesting. That didn't break it. I'm always nervous about extending anything that has to do with crystal because I'm so worried that it's going to break. That seems like a good enough room for 2 loops. So we're going to start that. And pull this around. That actually might have been enough for, oh yeah. I might just do an extra one here. Why not? We'll maybe do 3 for the top and then the 2 for the bottom. It's cute, a little different. A little different. Of course. I want to make sure that you guys are able to make it with the supplies that I make it or send you guys, because I'm always like, oh, you have everything that you're going to need to make this kit. But wait, your bead won't fit on your crystal? No. I will quality check all of those. It was a very super limited kit, so I know that there's not a whole lot that I have to check, but I do want to make sure that those are checked. I'm gonna probably I'm just gonna move my loop over a little bit so it's a little more center on both. Yeah, it looks better. All right, top or okay, I think I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna do the top as the 3, the bottom as the 2. We're gonna open up this. Slide this on. Oh! Close that. Open another JR40. Copper antique. It's going on this. And then you're going to get this faceted ball chain, meaning it's got 2 loops down there for your clasps, or your clasp and your jump rings. So you hook that on. I can just slide that right through, so I'll just close this jump ring. And you will get your clasp and jump rings for the ends too, but beautiful, 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 beautiful. You got lucky. Oh, it always makes me so nervous to do it, but I'm glad that you didn't have any breakage. That's for sure. Because that can be frustrating as it is. Okay, how was that? I think that was a really good live. That was super good. We will do our big loot giveaway first, and then we will do the look. That way I don't have to switch my things over a whole bunch of different times. So let me see here. I have my names from Uncle Doug. So I'm just gonna pull my names from Facebook quick. Ooh, looks like we have quite a few watchers on YouTube that want to win. So we'll copy those. What are your guys' plans for this weekend? I'm curious. What should I do for my birthday? What do you guys think I should do for my birthday? Because usually I don't do a whole lot for my birthday. It doesn't feel like a super special day, you know? But one angry reaction? Who angry reaction? Elizabeth, you better change your reaction. I know you probably didn't mean to angry react at me. Copy. All of those should be in. Got it. Refreshed. Elizabeth, I'm putting you in here because I know you're probably fixing that. Sort. Just to make sure that I don't have any duplicates. Usually we're pretty good, but we got Elizabeth in there because she was both on YouTube and Facebook, I think, at one point. Kathy. Got you, Lisa. Got you, beautiful. Got all of my beautiful ladies in here. Love, love, love. Okay, I think that's all my duplicates. You guys have a lot of competition this time around. There's over 40 people that want this big loot. So I'm gonna make this big screen and we're gonna switch our views. So talking. Oh, we're missing Uncle Doug. What the heck? Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Okay, I think is it this one? Nope. Is he sure that he put that one? There. Is it purple? There. That's the right one. There's purple and red. I had to pick the right one. Okay. That's a lot of names. Are you guys excited? Because you didn't order the necklace kit. Like I said, if I am able to, I will create more of those necklace kits because it's a beautiful stunner. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Lisa. Thanks, Rosie and Carlene. You guys are all so sweet. Melody. I'm not a big fan of cake. Surprisingly, I won't say that. I like cake. It's the frosting and icing that I don't like too much. But maybe I'll have Ian pick me up some angel food cake and we'll put some like whipped cream on there with strawberries and raspberries and all that good stuff. Thanks, Laura. And Janet. Ooh, get a special dinner. Go out for dessert. I think that would be amazing. Oh. You know what I don't? Okay. Ugh. You guys are going to have to be honest with me because I don't have the checklist of who has won and who has not won recently. That's usually Uncle Doug's job. So, be honest with me if you've won recently, okay? Here we go. We're going to spin. Thanks, Carmen. We're spinning now. Usually I would give the icing to like Ainsley or something because she just loves icing. All right, who are we? Ooh, this is a new name. Anna Sudar. I know for sure she has not won. Let me go grab, I'm gonna pop over to Uncle Doug's side real quick and see if he's got a doodle there. Hold on. I'm gonna switch sides. I'm coming to the dark side. I'm Uncle Doug now. I'm gonna pretend I'm Uncle Doug. Here we go. This is that, but I'm gonna come over there. Actually, hold on, wait. I need to write her name on this. I feel special. All right, it's Anna. S-U-D-A-R. She is our winner. Let me pop this up now. Did I have her name on there? You must have a open order with us on vintagelifeshop.com and we will ship you that massive, massive big loot giveaway. I'm just gonna bring this over with me. Hold on. I'm going back to the light side. What are those? Oh, it looks like Aunt Nancy brought in cookies that I didn't notice until just now. They're in Uncle Doug's office. And I went right by him and I was like, wait a second. I want some of those. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Cindy. Okay, here we go. Woohoo! Good job, Anna. Thanks, Melody. But good job, Anna. So happy. I love it when new people win too. Hopefully she's still on here because I don't know if I'll be able to contact her. But if she does not claim her big loot this time, we will draw again for that next Wednesday. Let me take down this big spinny thing now because we don't need that. Purple. Yay! Amazing. And then we'll get over to this, which will be our look view, because we need to do our look and see what like everything looks like on. Yeah, so I'm trying to do like more themey wheel backgrounds because we're getting into fall, so I want it to feel more fall-like. We'll put her winnings there. Thanks, Melody. Okay, let's switch this around. Hold on. This needs to go to new camera. Front. Okay. Hi. Get this to where we need to be for the look. Okay, that seems pretty good. This is the necklace that I was talking about before. That's got that filigree and that hoop with that cool wrapped top. So I love that, but we'll take that off because that wasn't part of the inspiration for today. I just broke it. Just pulling it off. Oops. Or no, I think a jump ring just came off. Oh well, I'll fix that later. First up, we'll do the one that we just designed with last. Oh, yeah. Hold on. It fell down my shirt. Corian, this is why you need to have clasps and things. Listen, I know. I just need to suck it up and just do it. But the past couple weeks, I've been not doing that so much. Okay. So that's that first one. That's so pretty. All of you ladies that got this kit, you're gonna be so lucky. But do know that you can make this with just a slightly different filigree on the back. And you'll still get that same effect. It's literally just one different filigree and you can do this same necklace. But if I can find more of this, I will put more up and I'll let you guys know. We'll make like a story and a post saying like, hey, there's more of these. That one's so cute. I love that. You guys will have to let me know which ones are your favorites for today too. We have this one. Gosh, these big pendants are so beautiful. Let me scoot over here a little bit. Hold on. Aren't those just gorgeous? I'm gonna pop that up just a little bit. Let me just scoot back. Give you a good side view, front view. And then you guys can see, if you're on YouTube, you can see like the far away view too, but that's so pretty. Wonder how big is that compared to my wrist? That could be a really cool bracelet too. If you're not worried about having a little bit of a larger focal, that would be stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Okay, this one I also didn't clasp. I need my shears to cut this big chain because this one's a thick one. That went somewhere. Okay. Probably don't wear super holy things with this. If you're wearing just a normal shirt, fine, but mine's like super, super holy. So that's from a little bit more of a distance and lower, but I like it up top. That's magnificent. The vines wrapping. That's stunning. And then you could replace that or add it with, hold on. Let me see if I can hold this up without, the chain might be heavy enough to just hold it for me. And you could put this in there instead. Like that. That would be pretty, 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 pretty. All of it's so pretty. Okay, so 2 necklaces. Ooh, bracelet. Gotta do the bracelet. We can't forget about that. That's the first one we did. I also didn't clasp this. You know, that's just not what I've been doing lately. That looks so good. So, so, so pretty. So simple, but so pretty. Just one dragonfly pendant with a little flower bead dangling. Well, maybe if I could dangle it the right way. Oh, I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And love it some more. Let's see if I can get this sucker in my ear here. The thicker gauged ear wires are a little bit, oh, that's a first. That one went in pretty good. There we go. That's a stunning earring. So pretty. There we go. Ooh, you guys are probably wondering what these weigh. I know my scale is just a little off, but usually it weighs higher when the battery's going down. So they're around 5.5 grams. And that's probably a little bit heavy because my battery's dead. So it's a great, 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 great weight for ears or ear wires. Let me turn this back to that, and then I'm going to switch that to back triple camera. Ooh. Oh, those greens and blues. It's just way too pretty. All right, real quick. Let's lay all this out. Do you have packs of acorn blanks? I do not. I think that would be fun to add, though. My birthday's Friday, Lisa. But thank you, ladies. I appreciate all your comments here. Thanks, Carmen. Which one was your favorite of the day, Lucine? Sorry, I couldn't see comments when I was doing the look there. Ainsley made a statement bracelet with that dragonfly circle pendant. Ooh. I'll have to look for that. Thank you, Pam. It's hard to pick a favorite. I know they are. They're so pretty. They're so fun. Okay, let's just get out one of each of these. So 3 necklaces. We had this big vine dragonfly hoop necklace, this dragonfly reed necklace with that Swarovski crystal up there, and then this wreath filigree necklace with the dragonflies. We wrapped that Swarovski crystal in that one. And then we had those dragonfly earrings. Those are so special. And last but not least, that beautiful dragonfly bracelet. Maybe I'll switch that over like that a little bit and bring this sucker. Ooh, Yes, look at that collection we made today. Perfect for your fall markets. Seriously, so perfect. I love it. Everything looks fantastic. And I appreciate you ladies sticking with me for 3 hours. The big crystal pendant. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that masterclass library. Ooh, Dragonfly and the Vines. Me too. Me too, Lucine. I really, really like that one. Crystal necklace for Janet. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. For Friday, Jean and Ainsley are going live. They are doing the Big Loot subscription live. So my ladies that are subscribed to the Big Loot subscription on vintageliveshop.com, that's $100 a month, but you're getting $300 to $400 worth of materials every month, so you're saving a bunch of money right off the bat. Usually Ainsley and Jean make kits for these, so you already get the product for the kits that they make, and that way you don't have to buy those. But those that aren't signed up, you guys can take advantage of those kits. But you might as well just get signed up for the loot because it is insane. And I think all of the ladies that are also signed up for the loot can attest to how great it really is. So don't forget to join Ainsley and Jean on Friday. You guys are going to love it. It's such a really, really good, I think they do it design on the fly sometimes too, but I think this one's more curated. They'll have kits and stuff, but super excited for that. So stay tuned. They go live at noon on Central on Friday. And then you guys can meet back with me next Wednesday. We go live every Wednesday at noon for me and Uncle Doug. Oh, you did a lot during this 3 hours, Lisa. But I'm glad that you got all that in and you were able to stick around for the live for a little bit. Like I said, I appreciate everything that you guys do, and thank you for joining me every single week. We really appreciate it. Appreciate your support, your kind comments, all of it. You guys are my favorites. And with that, I'm going to send you on your way and head out. We'll see you guys on Friday. Bye!